So we are now at that place where we introduce our speaker presenter today. And so I want to welcome Otter Smith Martinez. And the title of what you're presenting today is Bringing the Light Out of the Darkness, Part 2. Otter has a master's degree in applied anthropology from Cal State San Bernardino and used her education and experience mostly in the field of drug addiction and family dysfunction. She's a retired social worker for Child Protective Services. Her comment is she will be offering a wiping of tears ceremony after the service with Sharon Davis, who is in the back, and she will be assisting. So Otter's quotes for today: when it gets dark enough, you can see the stars. And that's by Charles Beard. I like that. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And that's by Morpheus in The Matrix. Everything in life responds to the song of the heart. And that's by Ernest Holmes. And her affirmation that she chose today is, I salute the light within your eyes where the whole universe dwells. And that's Native American. Can I say that one again, Otter? I love that. I salute the light within your eyes where the whole universe dwells. Thank you. So without further ado, let's welcome Otter.
Home without curiosity. Means we are all related, my relations. Those of you that are sitting in the back, if you can move up here so I can talk to you, don't be shy. Thank you. You put the room in a circle so that you're all equal. Nobody stands above or below anyone else. And that is a lot of what Native American teachings are about. It's that we're in balance, we're humble. I saw a program the other day on KCET, just flipping through, bored. You usually don't watch much TV. But there was a program, Discovering Your Warrior Spirit. And I thought, I want to see what this guy has to say. And at first, I got my judgmental self out there. And because he had bear claws hanging, and I'm like, who gives you right? You know how we do. And then I realized that he is a northeastern tribe with very white. And I'm like, how can I talk, right? Because I'm Cherokee and Choctaw descendant. We're not allowed to claim it if we don't have so much blood right now. So I'm a descendant. But anyway, I'm watching this man speak, and I thought, he says everything that I say. I could be making a whole lot of money doing it. But we usually don't charge or get money. We get donations. It's not how we do it. I've had a sweat lodge at my lodge house for over 18 years, and I never once have had to buy wood. God provides, Creator provides for that ceremony. So first of all, we're going to do a song. Actually, we're going to do the meditation. So what I want you to do, close your eyes. I'm not even going to talk. This is your meditation. I just want you to picture being in a canoe, floating down the stream. What do you see on either side of the stream? breath slowly. You have arrived at your destination. I just want to introduce Manny. He doesn't talk very loud. He has a song that he wrote because he had gotten really off the path.
I gotta explain a little bit about the song. It's one I wrote years ago, and one of Otter's favorites, one of mine too, that it's about a person. I don't want to say man or woman because I'm not sexist, and you take from it what you want, but about a person that wakes up in the morning and a vision has come to pass about his ancestors telling him what he's done and what he needs to do, so people can take what they need from the song. But anyway, here goes. Woke up this morning, out on the plain, saw only darkness in the rain. When the clouds had parted, saw the only light, my ancestors' fire burning right. And they said, let's get started, let's find a better way. Don't let tomorrow and your dreams fade away. Yes, let's get started, let's find a better way. Don't let your dreams slip away. They answered questions that I never asked. They spoke of the beauty and the past. They spoke of beauty and things to come, of things to do and things I've done. They said, let's get started, let's find a better way. Don't let tomorrow and your dreams fade away. Yes, let's get started, let's find a better way. Don't let tomorrow slip away. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey. Let's get started and let's find a better way. Don't let tomorrow and your dreams fade away. Yes, let's get started and let's find a better way. Don't let tomorrow slip away. Don't let tomorrow slip away. Don't let tomorrow slip away.
Awesome. Thank you. We're always told that when we're going to do a talk that we need to keep it upbeat. So I invited my little Chianti. It's my little, what do you call it, alter ego? And within the Native American communities and all over, many cultures, all cultures, everybody, laughter is the best medicine. So we're going to be uplifted because we're going to laugh. We're just going to laugh. bit about myself and why this is part 2. Last fall, we had a little disaster. I let these ladies stay in my house and it got burned down, and I was really, really upset, to say the least.
The first night.
And so I went out and I was walking. That's kind of what I do when I get upset. I go walk. And behind my house is this mountains, and I get as high as I can, because I can get where the eagle gets a little closer. The eagle is the highest flying bird and sees it all. Well, as I'm walking back on this telephone pole, there's a raven, and it's really, really trying to tell me something. And I'm like, okay. And so I went home and I got my little animal book out, and it said, bring light out of darkness. And I'm like, but I'm angry. I want to kill somebody. I'm not into being light. So I thought that would make a really good talk, because how do we do that? How do we, on a daily basis, bring light out of the darkness? Anybody? Joy.
Love.
Love. How do we do that? Smile at somebody.
Connection. Humor.
Connection.
Along with everything.
Sing a song.
Make them laugh.
And music.
Nature.
We do it every day. Every one of us does it every day. We bring light out of the dark. Even on our worst days, we will do something to make it lighter. So when I was a little girl, I was an only child, and I didn't have many friends. And so I spoke to the animals. My animals were my best friends. And so I've learned to listen to them. And they have a lot to say. They really have a lot to say. But when I was 40 years old, I started doing my master's thesis in anthropology, and I went to a powwow. Never been to a powwow, couldn't care less about a powwow, wasn't, I'm a hippie, I don't care. And started the drum. Something moved. I was with a friend, and I said, I would do anything if I could dance down there. She said, you can, just take the shawl and dance down there. I said, oh, I can't do that. Big bustles, all this stuff. And this man sitting next to me says, well, what tribe are you? And I says, I'm Hungarian. He says, oh, one of the Eastern tribes. I said, yeah, you know it. We are the horsemen of the steppes. He said, yeah, you can go down there and you can take that shawl. The minute I stepped foot in that circle, a hoji, piece of me came together that I had never known. I was whole. My friend did not get her shawl back that night. I was out there. So the next day I'm talking to my mom about this, and she says, oh, it's that Indian blood. I'm like, oh, really? I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. On my father's side, it was just big. Who knew? Well, anyway, so that started my search for my roots. And I'm here to tell you it wasn't. We've been talking about murdered and missing Indigenous women. That's what my ribbon skirt is. That's Sharon's. There's reasons that people did not sign up with their tribe. It was not a good idea. So my family didn't do that. And they never talked about it. But because I couldn't just run over to Hungary, I thought, well, I'll study my people here. So I asked my mom about that, and she said, well, you're Cherokee. And I thought, how boring. How boring. Cherokees are civilized, and they plant corn, and they, I want to become Comanche. I want to get on a horse and just ride as fast and as far as I can. But Hungarian, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I got involved. First thing I did was go to a sweat lodge. That was my anthropological research. I'm going to a sweat lodge. And there was a grandpa and father in there. And there's 40 people in there. And I'm afraid of the dark and tight places. And I thought, I'm going to die in here. I'm just going to die in here. But I'm not leaving. I am not leaving. Nobody's going to say, she had to leave. You know, that ego, that pride, whatever it is. You know, my pride has kept me in some pretty tough places where I'm just not going to move. Maybe it's more stubbornness. I don't know. So the man that's pouring comes in, Grandpa Wallace, and he's talking, and he said that no one has ever died in the sweat lodge. And I said, he read my mind. Oh my gosh. I better be careful what I think. I didn't die in the sweat lodge, but he did. He was an elder. He was praying in a lodge, and that's where he crossed. And I thought, wow. But I always remember that he's the one that told me that.
Wow.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is these prayer ties. They're the color of the 4 directions. And then there's 3 more. That'll help explain some of this. This is the way I was taught. There's many different ways that these are in directions. It doesn't matter. As Dennis Banks told us, you know who Dennis Banks was. He was in the American Indian movement. Hey, I've got stories. But anyway, he said, doesn't matter as long as they're up there. Just so they're up there. But yellow is where the sun comes up, the east. And that's where we go when we want illumination. That's where we greet the day. This is the infant side. And we go to the south. It can be white. Some have different colors, red, but we have white in this instance. It's for the child, the adolescent. It's for joy. It's for childlikeness. You know, so if you're feeling heavy and oh my gosh, you know, just stand and look at the south, face the south. And we have black. Black is not a bad color. It's an important color. It represents one of the 4 races. And the tradition that I am in, and wouldn't be in anything else, includes all 4 races. So the west is where the sun goes down. That's a place of introspection. We look inside. This is the adult side. How am I doing? How am I doing? Am I being an adult today? Am I being a child today? What do I need to work on? This is where we rest. This is winter. Red is in the north. Others have white up there, no matter. It's where the elders are. It's for wisdom. So if you have a problem and you're kind of wondering, I need to know what's going on here. Look in the north. Call on your ancestors. It's not blasphemous or evil or what other things we've been called, heathenist. You know, we're talking to our ancestors. We have all that DNA moving around in here. It's good to know who your ancestors are, because we that are here today are cleaning up 7 generations behind us. So 7 generations ahead of us do not have to carry that stuff anymore. So if you're feeling down or you're going through a really hard time and you're like, what on earth is going on with me? It may have nothing to do with you at all. You're cleaning up something an ancestor did. The green, Mother Earth, she nurtures us. Blue is Father Sky, who protects us. Purple is Spirit, where we all come together. This is Spirit. We are all Spirit. See them?
Yes.
I'm not forgetting the Zoomers. One of the other things that I wanted to say, which is said by a Duwamish Seattle, is there is no death, only a change of worlds. And Native people believe that we just transition. We never die. And it is scientifically known that spirit continues. Those molecules continue. You cannot kill a spirit. One of the things that I learned about for me to stay in balance is that I always walk in the direction of the universe. Now, my people coming from South America, we are finding out that we came from, it's very exciting to me because I always thought this and now it's being talked about. We came in the boats like the Hawaiians. We could even be related to the Hawaiians. And we stayed in Mexico for a while. And there was an elder that I spoke to in Oklahoma that went to a village in Mexico where Cherokee was spoken, not Mexican. Now, he knew it was Cherokee because he spoke Cherokee. But you wouldn't know if you went there and didn't speak that language. Then they believed that we came up into Mississippi, Carolinas, mound builders. This was the thing that was a validation to me. The other half went south. I've always been so connected to the condors and music and whatever, and I thought that I have nothing South American. I have Yucca down there. I have relatives. So I just want to tell you a little bit about, because I'm going to have to do part 3 now, not today. Just a couple of things that really led me to believe that this works. I was being prepared for another ceremony and I was in a sweat lodge and by myself. It was a vision quest. They didn't stick me up on a mountain somewhere by myself because I'm hypoglycemic and they didn't want me to fall over without the water. So they put me in the lodge. That was very interesting. But at one point, I got this headache, just this really terrific headache. And finally I prayed, I said, Dragashla, could you take this headache from me so I can concentrate on my prayers? I mean, without like a minute. Oh, no more headache. And I thought, all I had to do was ask. Wow, that was amazing. So after my vision quest was done, the rest of the family came in and brought me out of spirit. They put you in spirit and then they take you out of spirit. And you can share about, and I shared about this headache. And this woman in the circle says, that's why I took that aspirin. She had no need to take an aspirin. She came home from work. Something said, go take an aspirin. She took the aspirin. She took it for me, and my headache went away.
Wow.
And that is what these ceremonies do. We eat for each other. We drink water for each other. There's this one ceremony. I'm not going to list it, but no food or water for a couple of days at least. And our supporters eat for us. And I had these young ladies come up to me before this dance and they said, we're not going to eat anything. Just like you, we're not going to eat. I said, no, if you feel like a banana split, go get the banana split because I want the banana split. Like, oh, okay. So that worked. So I was on a vision quest one time because every time you do this other ceremony, you're supposed to do this vision quest. At this vision quest, I'm sitting on a mountain in Oklahoma, and we had just heard this thing, and I know it was Bigfoot. I know it was Bigfoot. And I was supposed to stay up there all night. And my friend that took me up on the quad says, I'm not leaving you up here all night. I won't be able to look at me sleeping. I'm like, thank you. I don't want to stay up here either. But all this time I'm thinking of pink lemonade. I can feel it. I can taste it. And I thought, what's up with the pink lemonade? But anyway, that afternoon he comes and gets me, but I walked down the mountain. I thought, I'm not going to have him come and get me. I'm not a big sissy here. And so I walked down. I said, were you drinking pink lemonade? He said, no. Pink grapefruit. I said, no, it was definitely pink lemonade. So they lived 3 hours away. And they get home and they called me up and they said, guess what we found on the counter? Pink lemonade, and our daughter was drinking it. Who was I praying for? Your daughter. That first sweat lodge I was in, a Civil War soldier came to me. And I had no idea why. My mother was on the side of the north. I found out my family, my Cherokee families, some fought on the north, some fought on the south. It was horrible. But here's this Civil War soldier standing there. And I'm like, what are you doing here? No face. Years later, I found out my great-great-grandfather was in the 1st Texas Indian Regiment in the Civil War. He was trying to tell me something. And there's still a big mystery about this now. The last thing I want to tell you, because I have so much more, we don't have time, is I was given a message at one of these ceremonies. And I was told to take it out to everyone. Hot, thirsty, I'm kind of hungry, and I'm looking at the sky, and I said, does this matter? Does this make any difference at all? Why are we doing this? I always thought about that when I went to Native ceremonies. They were so hard. I'm like, why are you doing this? It's to make you stronger. It is to push you to your limit and then a little past so they could survive. It's not easy out there. And it works today. It works today. It's like taking a walk. How far do I have to go? Take one more step. And then the next day, take one more step. So for me, because I'm the South American people, the universe goes this way for me. So when I'm at home, when I'm doing anything, in the kitchen, whatever, I always walk in that direction. The Northern Hemisphere is probably going to go this way if it's going to feel comfortable to you. Whatever you do what's comfortable to you so that you're not going against the flow of the universe, for crying out loud. Why would you want to do that? So anyway, we have one more song, and then we'll be closing up. After the service, after our song, we're going to do a wiping of the tears. Sharon's going to help me. And we usually do it in January for the year. We weren't able to do it this January, so we're going to do it now. So if you want the tears wiped, stand in a circle, and we'll try to take that a little bit of that pain. It's been a rough year. But if you do your ceremonies that make you tough, you know how to do this. It's like one step in front of the other. You will be okay. And Creator never, ever, ever leaves you. So the message that I got was, yes, it matters if you pray and do ceremony. The universe listens. The universe hears you. And the universe told me to tell you.
Woo-hoo. Awesome. Thank you. Woo-hoo.
This song is by Buddy Redbow, passed years ago. Isn't it funny how these songs have something to do with your father? La 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 la. Get yourself together, get your body ready, purify your mind while you can. Go to the sweat lodge, pray with each pipe. The end is coming around the bend. While the night is calling, the days are running. Soon you'll be leaving this land. They'll wrap you in a buffalo robe and sing your sweet song. They'll lay you on a better stage, high above the ground. The journey to their spirit world is a long one, my friend. But when you die, that doesn't mean that this is the end. Yes, the journey to the spirit world is a long one, my friend. La 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 la. Yes, to lead the horse that you once rode so proudly through the crowd, and the ones you loved and left behind, you'll see another time. Get yourself ready, get your body ready, purify your mind while you can. Go to the sweat lodge, pray with a peace pipe. The end is coming around the bend. Yesterdays are flowing, the days are running. Soon you'll be leaving his land to wrap you in a buffalo robe and sing your sweet song. And they'll lay you on a bed of shade high above the ground. Yes, returning to that spirit world is a long one, my friend. And when you die, that doesn't mean that this is the end. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. Yes, returning to that spirit world is a long one, my friend. When you die, it doesn't mean that this is the end. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Thank you, Otter. Thank you, Manny. So where are we now? So it's time for our offering, and I think, Joe, you're going to come up and do a short blessing for the offering. If I could have two people pass these around. Give one to Dave.
This is the part you've all been waiting